Well, as parents, many of us know firsthand how picky kids can be about what they eat. I've said it before on the show. My son is a carb-atarian. He eats only carbs. So how do you please everybody and still make meals that are delicious and nutritious? Well, we have the answer. We've got Ereka and George from Allrecipes here, and you guys are going to help us with our picky eaters.
Yeah, you know, most of the times if you have a picky eater like you do, I do too, they're not even a touch the stuff that we've got here.
No way.
No, but thank goodness, I love the February-March issue of Allrecipes magazine. They've got an entire article dedicated to recipes that's going to lure your picky eaters in. And today we're going to cook up, we were of course sort of inspired by it, and we're going to cook up some Brussels sprouts, some root vegetables, and some fish. I said the F word.
The F word. I've never been able to get fish in my kids, but maybe after
now
today.
You can.
I'm going to get out of your way and let you cook. I'll be back to taste.
All right. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to start with Brussels sprouts. Love Brussels sprouts. First of all, they're so good for you. High in fiber, vitamin C, vitamin K, vitamin A. The thing is they get a bad rap because you're boiling them. Stop boiling them. It makes them bitter. It makes them that weird texture. Our Allrecipes community member, Jack Attack, she cooks them just the way that I like them. She roasts them at 400 degrees in an oven. It brings out all that natural sweetness. Talk to me. George, what do we do to our Brussels sprouts?
It is such a simple recipe, and what I do is I like to get people to really love Brussels sprouts after a particular recipe. And the first thing to do that I like to do is cut them in half.
Yeah.
Brussels sprouts will absorb the oil and the flavors like a sponge. I add a little salt and pepper. Some of this olive oil just goes in there, and you put it in a bag. Sometimes I even add balsamic vinegar to this.
Smart.
Sweetness, a little tartness, and it caramelizes in the oven. You shake it around a little bit, throw it into a very hot oven because you want that to crisp up and to kind of get all those flavors in together with that olive oil and salt and pepper, and you have roasted Brussels sprouts. I'm telling you, this will guarantee kids eating it.
You're actually going to have them fighting over those crispy spots.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go on to our root vegetables. We know that carrots are good for us, but did you know that turnips and parsnips are also full of wonderful minerals and vitamins? What are you going to do differently that's going to make our kids eat this?
Parsnips, turnips, carrots, they get boiled or they get steamed if you want. And from there you get a lot of potassium, a lot of vitamin C, great source of fiber as well. And I add a little bit of nutmeg for a little bit of warmth in there, and also some cayenne pepper, something the French actually use a lot. Cayenne pepper that gives zing to that. Do you know how the French...
Just a little though,
just
right?
a little bit.
That's got some heat.
Yeah, it gives zing to it. You know how the French say zing, right?
How do they say it?
Zing.
Zing.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Very good. And then to this now, to the real flavor, you're going to add some melted butter in there.
That'll be it.
Yeah, you want to get them interested in the food, and you got to add a little bit of this cream as well in there, and you mash it up, and really, that's all it is. It's better than mashed potatoes.
All right, so while George is mashing, we're going to tackle fish. Oh yes, fish. My kids actually eat a lot of fish, and that's because I stay away from those fish with those strong fishy flavors, and I go for more mild fish like cod or halibut, or what else do we have here? We've got tilapia. Oh, tilapia is a great one. Actually, our Allrecipes community member, Phoebe, she's created this broiled tilapia
recipe,
Parmesan that's incredible. It was reviewed 6,000 times, and it's got 4.5-star recipe. That means it's got to be good.
Absolutely, so simple to make. You pre-broil your tilapia from both sides, so it's kind of already pretty much cooked. And then you're going to pretty much slather flavor to it. This is what it is. It's a simple flavor recipe.
I like that.
A little bit of mayo in there. You're going to get some softened butter in there. You're going to put some Parmesan.
You had me at mayo.
So McCormick has some great spices and herbs, so I'm going to add some of this basil in here, celery salt, and some onion powder. You mix that together into a paste with a little bit of lemon juice, and you're going to slather that right on top. Slather gets you going, doesn't it?
You know they're eating fish. That's the great part.
Yeah, it's really simple to make. Again, you just kind of squeeze it and put it all together, and it just spreads right across the fish. You put it back in the broiler, and I'm telling you, it's simple. You can use any white fish for it. And you can't overcook fish sometimes if you have this on top of it. So put it inside. If you feel you're undercooking it, take it back into the oven and cook it just another minute longer.
And the mayo's going to help keep it nice and moist too. So now listen, if it's Lent, most of you might be, maybe you're eating more fish, that's great. If you're not, you should be incorporating fish. It's a nice lean protein to have in your diet. And if you're still scared because you're afraid your kids are going to deny you, go to allrecipes.com. They've got a ton of great fish recipes like this one here from Phoebe. Look at that, doesn't that look beautiful? Guys, I promise you, they're going to dive right in. My kids do.
I'm going to dive right in.
You got 2 plates right over there, look at that.
I've also been reviewed 6,000 times, but I didn't get 4.5 stars.
No, you got 6, didn't you?
I got totally. Oh, hey, look at that.
Here you go.
Brussels
I heard
sprouts.
Brussels sprouts are your favorite.
Brussels sprouts are maybe my least favorite food
I
on
love
the
them,
planet.
and they are delicious.
Me too, I love
Really?
them. I love them. Every bit, the crispy
Does it need to be wrapped in
thing.
bacon? Does that help it? Yeah.
That's
Wait, what is that?
amazing.
Yeah.
This is root
I'm
vegetable
so excited.
mash. I'm going to try this.
I'm a total convert. I love Brussels
No,
sprouts.
come on. That is so delicious.
And these are gorgeous
You know what?
too.
Then I will eat yours because that's
this
how
is
much I love
tilapia?
it.
You may. I'm being
Tilapia.
generous and letting other people have it. For more tips and tricks on how to turn your family
This is
into
amazing.
culinary converts, go to McCormick.com.
And don't forget to subscribe to All Recipes magazine by going to armagazine.com/better. We will be right back.